Do you believe that a repurchase of Tesla stock will enable the company's stock to rise above its present price? The stock of the top EV company has been declining. Trend has been releasing Q3 data that many consider to be disappointing, but they also mentioned that the company would benefit greatly from a stock buyback at this time. This information is absolutely not something you want to miss. Since Tesla stock has recently reached an all-time low, numerous experts and a growing number of Tesla investors have voiced their opinions about how a buyback of the company's shares would benefit it greatly. In recent months, investors have been talking more and more about a potential Tesla stock buyback program after Musk hinted at one during the company's third quarter earnings call. Elon Musk, the CEO of Tesla, executives spoke about a number of topics, including the company's stock repurchase. Musk clarified that even in the worst case scenario for the upcoming year, Tesla is still capable of carrying out a $5 10 billion buyback. The idea of a buyback has been discussed extensively at the board level, and most members agree that it makes sense to proceed with it. However, we want to ensure that the proper procedures are followed. It is definitely feasible for us to carry out a $10 billion buyback. Elon Musk, the CEO of Tesla, stated that although board approval and scrutiny are still waiting, it is anticipated that significant buybacks will occur. Musk continued saying that although the market is focused on the near term, it's critical to concentrate on the long term. In recent months, a number of analysts and supporters of Tesla discussed the potential advantages of a stock buyback for the company. Leo Kogawan, Tesla's third largest shareholder, has been advocating for a buyback for more than a month. A petition on org was started to pressure Tesla to buy back its shares, and as of late November, it had roughly 5,300 signatories. Elon Musk has previously hinted that a Tesla stock buyback may be in the works to boost investor confidence in the electric vehicle company, but if that does happen, investors won't likely see it until sometime next year. Nevertheless, there are a number of reasons why many push for a stock buyback before next year. One of the arguing points in the aforementioned petition is that the company will benefit from a currently very undervalued stock price, seeking a buyback by the end of the year. This comes after Tesla experienced what may be the worst year in the company's history. Additionally, it is widely believed that Tesla should take action prior to the 1% tax on share buybacks taking effect on January 1, 2023. Finally, Tesla should conduct the buyback in accordance with current SEC regulations, which will likely change reporting standards in the near future. It would be prudent for the company to begin the buyback now. Simply put, Tesla investors are pleading with CEO Elon Musk and the board of Tesla to consider buying back shares as the company's stock price plummets to a 2-year low. Buying back shares from the marketplace would reduce the number of outstanding shares available, which increases the ownership stake of current shareholders because a reduced supply of shares often causes a price increase. Singaporean billionaire Leo Kogo tweeted in mid-November that he believed this was both the best timing in Tesla in addition to many other investors. Bull and influencer Alexandra Mears recently started a change.org petition to support a quick repurchase before the end of the year. She argues that a buyback of Tesla's stock would be a sign of confidence in the company's future performance and would restore money to shareholders. I'm a big supporter of Tesla and a former investor, but I had to go to the dark side to protect my capital. As one petitioner, which there are 5,807 at the moment stated. Since I started shorting the stock, I've recovered around half of my losses. I think Tesla will expand in the long run, but before I invest in it again, I need to see some action from the board. A good repurchase would demonstrate the board's confidence that Tesla is still a wise choice. After shares are cut in half this year, Wedbush analyst Dan Ives predicts that activist investors will put pressure on Tesla to initiate a stock buyback program next year. Ives notes that the majority pressure will naturally fall on Elon Musk, the CEO of Tesla. Activist investors may also seek that Tesla take strategic actions or increase profit margins. We also think that activism will begin to spread throughout the larger tech industry, with companies like Tesla and Salesforce, to mention just two, likely to come under increasing scrutiny. About strategic decisions and margin buybacks, Ives remarked, bold Tesla, according to Dave Lee, a Tesla stock buyback is not as implausible as some people would have you believe. According to Lee, if Tesla could produce 10 million cars annually at an operating profit of $15,000 per vehicle, that would equal an operating profit of $150 billion. If investors were to take a 30 cut, that would equal $4.5 trillion. With that hypothetical operating profit of $150 billion, Lee believes Tesla could likely use the majority of it for stock buybacks. In a tweet to Martin Vita, head of investor relations at Tesla, Leo Kogo, the third largest individual stakeholder in the EV maker, has been pleading with the company to declare a stock buyback since May as the share price of the business keeps declining. According to Kogo, the business needs to make public its intentions to repurchase $5 billion of Tesla stock this year and $10 billion the following year. He went on to say that Tesla should pay the repurchase using its free cash flow and not deplete its current $18 billion cash reserves. In a separate tweet, Kogawa stated that Tesla's free cash flow was $2.2 billion during the first quarter of the year. He went on to say that he anticipates this figure to rise to $8 billion this year and $17 billion the next year after capital expenditures are taken into account. Additionally, he stated that Tesla can purchase new factories and fully autonomous vehicles in addition to repurchasing its cheap stock. Although Leo Kogawa is a billionaire in his own right, he disclosed in a tweet in September 2021 that the value of his purported holdings increased to $4 billion, and ultimately more than $7 billion in the same year. I believe in Elon Musk's great mission. Kogawa has subtly accumulated one of the largest stakes in Elon Musk's company. 2021, in a tweet, Kogawa expressed his belief that Tesla, should it be able to pull off a $1 trillion repurchase between 2023 and 2026, will have a substantial market capitalization by 2030. Kogawa asked Tesla to repurchase 100 billion shares between 2022 and 2026, and then another 1 trillion shares between 2026 and 2030 through a tweet. The billionaire investor revealed that if Tesla buys back shares at $1 per share between 2026 and 2030, it will eliminate 1 billion of the 3.14 billion shares that are currently available, bringing the total number of outstanding shares to approximately 2.14 billion. Because fewer shares will be available for investors, the stock price could soar to $5,000 from $3,000 per share, as Tesla CEO Elon Musk has been selling more of the company's shares recently. Koguan stated in a tweet, because of Tesla's cash availability to allow for healthy reserves for emergencies without borrowing money or issuing bonds, I only suggest $5 to $10 billion buybacks this year. Experts surmise that Tesla can afford a repurchase given its cash holdings of $21 billion in its short-term marketability securities as of September 2023. 3. Whether now is a good time for Tesla to repurchase its own stock as the EV industry becomes more competitive is still up for debate. Some contend that Tesla is still in growth mode and should reinvest its profits to maintain its leadership in the industry rather than buy back shares. For this reason, activist pressure on the company is expected to increase in 2023. Prioritize low-hanging fruit first, such as getting Musk back on track with his Tesla duties and starting projects that will increase profit margins. Overall, there is a lot of pressure to buy back Tesla shares this year or at least early next year. Hopefully, the Tesla board will decide on this soon. For more Tesla stock material, subscribe to this channel.